Hello again, fellow RC enthusiasts. It's your host, Tom Cogswell from SpektrumRC and Horizon Hobby, here again for another iX20 instructional video. In this video, we're going to be going over how to use the OTF tuning function, or on the fly. What that means is that you can use a trimmer on your iX20 to adjust things like dual rates and mixes, and really anywhere where it says on the fly, you can adjust using a trimmer. Let's go ahead and jump down to my orange iX20 and I'll show you a couple of ways to use that and help get you more familiar with OTF. A real simple way to show you guys how to use on-the-fly trimming or on-the-fly tuning is to go to dual rate, and you can set it up so that your dual rates have a on-the-fly trim while you're flying. So let's look at that. You go to My List or just go to the dual rates menu. So mine's my dual rates in my My List menu, so you guys can see that. And then let's say we're in our mid rate, so that's my high rate, this is my mid rate, and we want to be able to, so we're flying and we're like, okay, maybe 70% is a little too much, I want to be able to turn that down in flight. You can go to dual rate trimmer, turn on a trimmer just by clicking that, and we can choose a value we want it to be able to adjust up to. So if we choose 20, and we'll go ahead and show you how that works. So we can go back up to where it says dual rate, and if I physically actually adjust the trimmer and I go down, the dual rate for aileron to the left is now lower. And if I go up, it'll adjust it. And in the middle, it goes back to what you had the value set before. If we wanted to do the right trim or the right dual rate, that would be this guy here. So we got negative and positive, right? So, and then you can also do the same thing for expo. So if you wanted to be able to adjust how much expo you have in flight, you can use a trimmer for that function. That's a great way for you to be able to tune what your flying style, or tune to your flying style and how you want the plane to fly in the air with your dual rates. Awesome function with the iX20. Another thing you can use that for is if you go to mixing, and a good example I like to use this for all the time is if I have knife edge mix or knife edge coupling on my model. So a knife edge mix is normally rudder to, and usually you'll use aileron and elevator, but we'll do aileron first. And so when I give it rudder, I want it to feed in, let's say 15% is always a good place to start. So we look down here and we see trimmers, the left, right OTF for on the fly, or the right rate. So that's your left and right, or left and right on your rudder, on how much you want the trim to be able to adjust it. So let's go ahead and choose the right trimmer, and we can set that value, let's say like 15%. That's always a good number. Okay, and we'll go back. And now when we give it rudder, you'll see that the aileron moves a little bit when I give it rudder. And now when I'm holding rudder, let's say we're in a knife edge and it's still wanting to kind of roll on us, or maybe it's rolling too much, you can tap your trimmer and you can see how the value is changing now on there. And it'll actually still be, it'll change up here as well. So that's a really cool, easy way for you to be able to set up a trimmer to adjust different mixes while you're in the air. So sometimes the mix that you choose that you started out with is either too much or too little for the plane that you're flying or what the style that you're trying to achieve. You can use the trimmers on the fly to adjust those kinds of settings. And there you have it. That's how you use the iX20's OTF, or on-the-fly trimming function, for mixes and dual rates. If you guys have any other questions or comments, or if you have suggestions for videos that you would like us to see do on the iX20, or really anything Spektrum, go ahead and leave them in the comments below. If you liked this video and you want to keep up to date with everything Spektrum or iX20 related, I encourage you to like and subscribe to the SpektrumRC YouTube channel. That way you can stay up to date and you will get notified of new videos of the iX20 and anything Spektrum related. Thanks again for watching. This is Tom Cogswell signing off for another iX20 instructional video. Happy flying and see you next time.